Yo, what's... Oh, I don't have my light on. Hold on, fellas. I'm unprepared. Hold on. There we go. Now you guys can see me. What's going on, fellas? What's up? Thursday morning. Hope everybody's doing well out there. Boy, we're having a really nice, solid week. Just picking up units each and every single day. Let's make sure we recap yesterday and then get into some bets for today. We got Thursday night football. Eagles taking on the Texans. You got some afternoon Europa League and Europa Conference League to go ahead. And, of course, we bet today. You got a couple of NBA games. And then, of course, we got some hockey as well. So, with that being said, let's just go ahead and make sure we jump right on into that recap where we'll be ringing that cash register for the third time, 3 days this week. And another time ringing that cash register at plus 4.17 units. Absolutely love to see that right there. Boy, undefeated this week in Champions League. 3-0 on Tuesday, 2-0 on yesterday. Picking up that PSG money line. I got on the highest mountain I could yesterday on TikTok Live and just banged the table and screamed for people to get on that PSG money line. Now, Juventus got a goal, but PSG was never losing that game. They wanted first place. That being said, they didn't get first place. They lost on the 7th tiebreaker to Benfica. All the way, the 7th tiebreaker was who scores the most goals on their away games, and Benfica won that 9-6. But either way, PSG was going to go get the 3 points, so they had a chance to finish in first place. I thought that was an absolute easy bet. Glad to see us go ahead and get the right reward there as PSG wins that game 2-1. And then we hit our Champions League parlay. Remember, we had a few legs in there. We had Chelsea on the double chance. They handled the business and got the job done 2-1. We also had... what did we have, fellas? I don't even remember what parlay was anymore. Let's go to the old thingamabobber here. What did we have? Oh, yeah, we had Maccabi, Benfica. Both teams to score. That game finished 6-1. We got a penalty there with Maccabi. So, obviously, I did not watch that game. I was really zeroed in on that PSG match. So, looks like Maccabi got really outplayed, and maybe we were a little bit fortunate there. But, in this game, you need good luck to go your way sometimes, and we got that good luck. And then, of course, we got Real Madrid on that money line to round out that parlay, and Real Madrid handled business easily at the Bernabeu because they wanted first place. First place just matters so damn much. So they pick up the 5-1 win over Celtic. So great week, 5-0 this week in Champions League. So love to see that. We rolled those profits right on into the nightcap. How about NBA? I gave you guys one player prop here on YouTube. Holiday over 20.5 points. He cashed in the fourth quarter. Good thing we got that cash. You guys know from betting NBA, and if you're new to betting NBA, you're going to quickly learn you're going to get a lot of bad beats because of blowouts. And I was watching that and nervous how big the lead that the Bucks had, that the starters are going to get pulled off. It doesn't matter if you're on the Pistons side or the Bucks side for player props, because both of the coaches will pull their starters at some point in the fourth quarter in a blowout. Well, they held him out just long enough. He hit a three-pointer. He got to 21 points. I don't really know if he got more than that. I probably like you guys out there, as soon as your bet either wins or loses, you just stop paying attention. So once he got 21 points, that was all it wrote for me, and I stopped paying attention. But then I told you guys to check me out on Twitter. I would add some player props, and boy, did we add some player props, and we were really good on those. We did suffer a loss there in Valanciunas, but the only bright spot is, remember I told you guys on DraftKings to make an NBA bet. Well, as I tweeted, this bet was made over on DraftKings. While it loses, and nobody likes losing, we did get a $25 free bet. That was the bet we made on DraftKings, our first bet, at least in the NBA, after opting in this promo. So we kicked up a $25 free bet that we'll, of course, use later on the weekend. We hit Anthony Simmons over 3.5 threes. He had 4 on the game, shot 4 for 11. So love to see that right there. Nurkic over 15.5 points. He had 23 points, so an easy winner right there. Tobias Harris over 1.5 3-pointers. That was a first half cash. Easy winner right there. Mavs on the first quarter money line just got a little bit outplayed by the Jazz. And the stats, if you look at the first quarter, were kind of neck and neck. Where the Jazz were able to win that first quarter was on the offensive glass. They got the offensive rebounds and gave themselves some second chance opportunities. So that one fell short, but we rebounded right back there in the nightcap to end our night with the Pelicans on the first quarter money line. The Lakers just come out games so bad, and they got 23 points. Didn't we say on yesterday's show that's what they averaged? They hit their number 23, and the Pelicans got 27. So just a great day again, guys, a plus 4.17 units. And now a good Monday, a good Tuesday, and a good Wednesday brings us to plus 8.7 units. Loving to see that. Loving to see you guys at the cash counter. Love high-fiving you guys when we're at the cash counter. Absolutely love seeing that. So let's jump into that comment section. And while I do that, We want to hit you guys a little bit of quick programming note right after this. If you guys want to talk Championship 4 this coming Sunday at the Phoenix Raceway, if you guys want to talk about Ross Chastain's super move there at the Martinsville Speedway, we're going to do that 11 a.m. Eastern Time. William's going to join me. So just hang tight. It'll obviously be a different thumbnail video, obviously, but hang around if you want to talk about that thrilling move by Ross Chastain. And again, we'll preview the Championship 4, let you guys know who we think will be the NASCAR champion of the 2020 season. So with that, let's jump on in this comment section. Morning, fellas, morning. Loving all the good. We're getting it, my man. We're getting it. You ain't got to worry about that. Yes, sir. You hit a cute little 3-game parlay yesterday. Mavs, Bucks, and Heat. Love that. Nice hit there, Fish. What a Wednesday. Remember I told you guys at the end of yesterday's show, give me a hell yeah? Give me a hell yeah right now. Hell yeah. Oh, we're kicking ass this week, fellas. Absolutely, yeah. That was a great little day for us. So, all right, let's keep on moving now. Oh, speaking of which, I always love recapping soccer. Champions League is my dream. I love the Champions League competition. How about those results yesterday? We haven't talked about. How about AC Milan, Salzburg? 4 goals, 4-0 win there by Salzburg. I know a couple of you guys were on the chat yesterday taking over 2.5, so that was certainly a good hit by you guys. Dortmund, Copenhagen, 1-1. Just a game that didn't really matter. That's why nobody probably bet that one. Maccabi Benfica, that was another game we liked over 2.5. We obviously played the both teams a score aspect. And then City over Sevilla. Oh, man, City just threw on some of their guys. De Bruyne came on late. Consuelo comes on late, and they get a couple late goals, and they ruin, I think, a lot of under 3.5 parlays out there. So just really unfortunate stuff. So, all right, that's how the Champions League wrapped up. Let's go ahead now and move on into Thursday Night Football is where we want to go ahead and kick off the action for tonight. We're going to really just stick with the 2 bets we gave you guys. I believe it was on Monday's show, because remember on Monday's show we dropped these 2 bets. We're going to do the Eagles on the first quarter at -3, and we're going to do Eagles on the first half at -107. Couldn't tell you if those are the current best prices or if that's the current best book, so do shop around, because again, we gave those bets out on Monday. If you're wondering where I think in terms of the game, the Texans, the current line is plus 13.5. On a short week on Thursday nights, you kind of like the home team. I'm kind of nervous of that full game spread if you're thinking about backing the Eagles. This is a Texans team that has covered a 13.5 spread in all but one of their games, and it took a late interception, a pick 6 by the Raiders to win by 18 points. So to remove that late interception, pick 6, and the Texans have covered a 13.5 spread in each and every single one of their games. We know how Thursday Night Football kind of gets. Both of these 2 teams should be run happy. Look how many yards the Eagles gave up last week on the ground to the Steelers in a blowout. Maybe that's an advantage where the Texans, that's their only strength is running the ball. Davis Mills is a terrible quarterback. They expect him to probably throw an interception tonight against an Eagles defense that is top in the league in turnovers. Maybe look for them to run the ball, which will obviously be running the clock. The Eagles are going to do the same. I expect them to run the ball a ton. That is obviously their absolute strength, and we know we'll get to the Texans here in terms of talking about maybe why. Well, let's just talk about it right now. What the hell are we talking about here? First of all, let's remind everybody, over on DraftKings, you can make a same-game parlay, and if it loses, they'll refund your bet up to $10. You guys saw on that recap, we got $33.19 of arbitrage money. So let's go ahead and spend that. This will be a free roll. If it loses, you will not see this on the recap because we're spending arbitrage money. We love spending arbitrage money, free money, and opportunities like this, like that NBA bet last night where if the bet loses, you get a free bet. So this is a free roll that has an opportunity to also earn a $10 free bet, but hopefully we don't earn that $10 free bet. We want to hit this. We like Jalen Hurts to find a touchdown, Miles Sanders to get a touchdown, Miles Sanders to have over 84.5 rushing yards, and Davis Mills to throw an interception. Remember, Miles Sanders only had 9 carries last week, so he should be really stinking fresh in this game. This is a guy that averages mid to upper teens and only got 9 carries. That's because they were just throwing the ball down to A.J. Brown. I don't think it'll be the same. Remember, guys, we put in that bet last week on Derrick Henry, and we were contemplating going over his 98.5 rushing yards. We incorrectly settled on receiving yards and got a loss, and he ran for like 200 yards. I mean, the Texans are dead last in the NFL in rushing defense. The Eagles are coming to town. This is their bona fide strength. That's why I like Hurts to get a rushing touchdown. I like Sanders to get a rushing touchdown. I think Sanders has a big day again because he only had 9 carries last week against the Steelers, so he should be super fresh on a short week. I love everything about the Eagles ground game, so that's going to be my same game parlay. And again, that is risk-free. I do encourage you to go ahead and ride with me, though, because I absolutely love that one right there. And again, though, if you're thinking full game, I kind of like the Texans on that plus 13.5. Be a little leery. That being said, the Eagles defense is, obviously, I don't want to say elite because the Bills is elite, but they're damn elite too. So, they're pretty good. We got Jason. He had a Marcus Asensio anytime goal scorer, and Kunku anytime goal scorer, and an Mbappe anytime goal scorer. Love to see that hit. That was great. I did Asensio to score first on a free roll. I knew Asensio was going to score. I love that guy. I wish he would get out of Real Madrid and get more playing time because I love watching Asensio play. So I love that right there. You wanted to go Eagles first quarter over 6.5 and Texans first quarter under 0.5, but the juice is a lot. Yeah, the Texans, remember, why are we on Eagles first quarter? Same reason we were on Titans first quarter money line. The Texans have scored 0 points in the first quarter at home, which is staggering. Staggering. They have not scored a damn point in the first quarter at home. Get on the way to back the Eagles early. That's clearly what I'm doing. I'm a little nervous of a late game backdoor cover, or maybe the Texans just covered the 13.5. So that's why I'm just focusing on the first half. The Texans struggle in the first half of games, and obviously really in the first quarter of games. So like that right there. And you like A.J. Brown anytime touchdown over 69 yards. I hear you. You could see a different game plan, though, going up against the Texans where they were pass happy last week against the Steelers. A pretty decent, good rush defense. Different scenario here. Again, the Texans are dead last. That being said, though, hard not to like A.J. Brown to get a touchdown and go over 69 yards. So good luck, my man, there. Hopefully that one cashes for you. Let's keep the train going here and keep giving you guys some more bet. Let's go to Europa League. You guys know how I feel about Europa League, but I did cook us up a nice parlay. I think this one's absolutely going to cash and keep us on fire here on soccer this week. Let's throw that one up on the screen. We're going to go ahead and do the Roma-Ludogorets match over 1.5. This should be an absolutely fascinating game. This one is two teams here, and Ludogorets and Roma both sitting on 7 points. So both teams have an opportunity to make Europa League knockout stages. They can also obviously fall down to Europa Conference League, but nobody wants to fall down to the Europa Conference League. So I just expect a really good cracking game here at Roma. Give me 2 goals in that match. Then for Rennes, I think they'll go over their 1.5 team total. This is a Rennes match that absolutely matters. They can get first place. And if you don't think first place matters, this is why I'll tell you why first place matters in Europa League. Because first place gets a bye in the first round of the knockout stages. Second place gets to play the team that falls out of Champions League and comes down in Europa League. You want to know what teams that are like? That's like Ajax. You don't want to face Ajax in the next round of the Europa League. You don't want to face Barcelona in the next round of the Europa League. You don't want to have to face Sevilla in the next round of the Europa League. And Juventus, while we bagged on them and talk about how bad they are, you're not going to play that next round until January. Maybe Juventus has figured it out by January, coming off of the World Cup, and they're a little bit scary team. So, guys, they want to finish in first place, get that bye, get that extra rest for 2 less games, obviously, if you get that bye. So, love Rennes going for it here at home. They already beat this team in the reverse fixture, so think they'll get 2 goals at home. Say the same thing with Arsenal, right? They're minus 900 on the money line. This is another opportunity you want to get first place, right? Avoid Ajax, avoid Barcelona, etc. So love Arsenal at home against Zurich to at least get 2 goals. And then Sheriff, quite frankly, I like them to win the game. I don't understand why the line is basically even money for them to win the game when they won the reverse fixture on the road. Scared the shit out of me that it was that price. I don't get it. So we'll play it a little safe. We'll drop them on the double chance. And obviously that parlay comes in at minus 105. So that's how we'll roll today in the Europa League. Just going to do that one bet. You guys know, again, I'm not big and heavy on Europa League, but we've got some teaser lines. We brought everything kind of down. And I think this parlay absolutely smacks and keeps us on fire in the soccer this week. So that's what we'll do right there. We got to go ahead and remove that because we got some more bets to go ahead and get to. Hey guys, in this video description, you can find the video to Matt and I's weekly appearance over there on Pub Culture TV, where we preview all 10 Premier League games each and every single week. We did that yesterday. In this video description is you can find a link to that video if you care for any justification of these Premier League bets, or if you just want to sit back and tail and meet me at the cash counter, I'm okay with that. What are we going to ride with this week in the Premier League as of now, with always the possibility of adding some more? Go ahead and give me that Leeds team total over 1.5 goals at minus 132. Go ahead and give me that Newcastle money line at minus 110. Manchester United money line at plus 107. Liverpool money line at plus 120. And West Ham Palace under 2.5 goals at -130. And again, I won't give you any justification here. A fair amount of you people, I watch the view counts on that, and I don't know where the view counts come from, but I know a lot of you, if you're interested in the justification, you'll go over there and check that out, and you'll see why I like those 5 bets. And with the possibility of probably adding some more bets to that this weekend, I think they could certainly happen. I'm interested in a couple other spots. Matt and I gave out plenty of leans. Some of those leans are game props that we don't have lines out yet. You guys know, like shots on target and ball possession. You normally don't get those until Friday night. So there will certainly be an opportunity to add some more. Just make sure you're following me on Twitter. But as of now, that's how we'll roll. And then we're going to go through, or I'm going to go through, I always say we. There is no, where are my teammates at? There's no fucking team around here. It's all me doing every goddamn thing. I'm going to go through Serie A, Bundesliga, League One, try to find us a good over 1.5 parlay, or maybe an under 4.5 parlay, or maybe a good double chance parlay across the other leagues in Europe. So I'll be able to give you guys that one on tomorrow's show. Let's go ahead and end this show. We had a comment yesterday from a great supporter saying, hey, what happened to Connor McDavid and Kaprizov? We didn't bet those guys. We don't have a lot of bets tonight. So let's go back. If you're wondering what Connor McDavid and Kaprizov have done in their last 5 games, both of them have gone over 3.5 shots on goal in 3 of their last 5 games. We've had a great week. The last thing I want to do is put 2 units in play on something I don't know a goddamn thing about. You guys know I'm blindly betting this, and I don't want to risk 2 units. So I put both of them in a parlay, and because it came out to plus 243 over on DraftKings, I'm only willing to risk half a unit. Again, if I sit here tomorrow and I'm 0-2 and it hurts the good week I've had, I'm going to be really pissed because I don't know anything about hockey. So, but again, these guys are doing good. Cashed 3 of their last 5. We know these guys well. We'll drop them in a parlay for a half unit at plus 243. So that's the card today, guys. 2 Thursday night football picks, a Europa League afternoon parlay, and then a hockey shots on goal parlay tonight. And, of course, the free roll there on Thursday night football. What a turnaround by the Astros. Hell yeah, no hitter. Don't ask me for advice on the baseball game. I don't think I've gotten 4 games in. I don't even know if I've correctly called any of those 4 games correctly. So don't ask me a goddamn advice for tonight's baseball game. I know you're going to give you a lean. That's how bad I think I've been. So I'm not doing that. You think Philly's dangerous even after the loss last night? Yeah, I don't know, man. I've not been right. So you're on your own on that one. And Brian's got Philly winning it there, Ryan, so you would not be along. All right, fellas, that's how we're going to do it today. You guys got any other questions? We can hang out for another 5 minutes if you guys want to fire anything away. Again, I'm doing the Highline podcast in about 10 minutes, so I do need to kind of run. I'm fully prepared for that Highline podcast. I can't wait to talk Ross Chastain. I cannot wait. I've watched that video. Guys, you know that video of Ross Chastain's? They're calling it the Hail Melon because he's the watermelon. That's kind of his nickname. That's gotten over 100 million views. This is great for NASCAR. You guys know I'm a big NASCAR fan. I love the attention and the spotlight that NASCAR is getting. I cannot wait to talk about that with William. I know we went back and forth on text messaging immediately for what felt like a half an hour. We were just going back and forth. I know he's fired up to talk about it as well. So if you're interested in NASCAR, and again, if you want to get a preview there for the Championship 4, hang around here for the next 10 minutes. Of course, it will be another video, but you've been terrible with the MLB. Yeah, that's why I haven't been betting it. Gent. I've been terrible, and I'm not in the game of burning my cash and throwing it away. So just been sitting back and kind of keeping an eye on it. That being said, I've told you guys on Payoff Pitch, I do not watch baseball. I just bet the numbers. I'm damn good at it. We won over 46 units this baseball season, but I don't really watch baseball. And not really. Radioactive. Brian, there's a phenomenal clip, Brian. Have you seen the clip of, I'm sure you have, NASCAR retweeted it, where it's the radio, it's the in-camera car of the drivers, and then it's the radio communication, whether it's the driver and the crew chief, driver and the spotter, and you get like the 22's reaction, you get the 9 reactions, you get the 11's, I think you get the 45, the 43, and then of course you get the 1. You get all their reaction to the move. The 1 is obviously the guy doing it, but you get all these other drivers' reaction to the 1 just whipping around the track. Of those 100 million views of that, I'm probably account for fucking 1,000 of those views. I could not get enough of that. Greatest move in NASCAR history. What a move by Ross Chastain. So love to see that right there. All right, guys, 8 units to the good this week. We've picked up money each and every single day this week. We're going to look to continue that right on into today. F5 over 4 is hitting all 4 games so far, but nervous Verlander up tonight. Actually, you shouldn't be nervous with Verlander. He's been dog shit. You guys seen the stats. There was a stat that said Madison Bumgarner could pitch he could give up some absurd 20 home runs or something. I got to go find that stat. But Madison Bumgarner could give up 20 home runs in 20 innings and still have a lower ERA in the World Series than Verlander. I wouldn't be scared. Verlander's been terrible in the World Series. So, again, I'm not betting it, and maybe my advice doesn't mean much because I've been terrible in predicting who the hell is going to win these games. But, good. You've been smart enough not to bet it. So, yeah, maybe you don't be scared, and you guys know how I feel from the payoff page. Hitter familiarity. The Phillies just saw Verlander, what was it, a week ago? You know that's going to be an advantage to the hitters. So maybe don't be too scared, Cole. Maybe don't be too scared. Love that right there. Love that right there. Love that. You were on it last night, and the Astros came through the top of the 5th inning. They got all their runs in that 5th inning, so we're able to squeak out a good cash, Cole. Able to squeak out a good one. All Eagles tonight. A.J. Brown over his receiving yards tonight. I don't know. It's probably a high number, Alex, and it's probably a little bit inflated due to his big game the other week there against the Steelers. I'm telling you, Alex, if you look at the Texans' rush defense, worst in the NFL, the Eagles' strength is rushing the ball. You could see where they're going to be run heavy tonight. That's why I'll re-throw it up here again. That's why my same game parlay is basically run heavy and expecting the Eagles to be run heavy. So I don't know, Alex. That's tough. You're trying to predict the game plan. I'm trying to predict the game plan myself. Obviously, I'm going to follow the numbers and say I'm going to pick on the league's worst rush defense that allows the most yardage and most fantasy points to the running back position. So after 8 weeks in the NFL, they're dead last. So I'm going to be on the other side with you and just back them from a rushing standpoint. But hard not to like A.J. Brown there, Alex. So, all right, fellas, that's how we're going to do it. I'm going to go ahead, jump on the Highline podcast here in a little bit. Maybe we'll see you guys on there. And if not, we got Friday's show. We got a good table for money-making weekend and continue what's been a great week here on Winning Bets. All right, fellas, enjoy your Thursday. We'll catch up with you guys a little bit later on.